Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay, and I'm talking about a line that I love. You know I love it. We're talking about Final Faction. This is the action figure line that has been developed exclusively for Dollar Tree. And what that means is that you go into a Dollar Tree and you get a figure and it's $1. And you get a weapons pack and it's $1. And you get an alien and it's $1, and it's all $1. But the thing that, and sure, Dollar Trees, dollar stores have had action figures for $1 for as long as I can remember dollar stores being in existence, but not like this. The figures that you normally get would just be some kind of sort of very generic army guy with, kind of some bad molding, and then you look on the back and it's just a paperback, it's gray cardboard. There's no imagination put to the character. You're buying a toy. You're buying an army filler. It's just a guy. And on one hand, sure, it can be anything. It's up to the child's imagination. But there's no story attached. And as a child of the 80s, we learned that we love having stories attached to the characters that we buy. We attach to the stories, and then we want to reenact those stories or build on those stories with the toys that we're interacting with, and that is what they've created with Final Faction. So let's take a look. This is the Kharn Brute. So this guy is one of your heavy soldier guys in the alien army, which are called the Kharn. That's the name. They're the Kharn. And I already did a video about the drones, which are not as tough, a little bit smarter, but then you get the Brute. And this guy is supposed to be, pretty much the big thug, and sure, he can be dim-witted, but he's supposed to be tough and powerful and much more of a threat. So you look at the back of the package and see, this is what I'm talking about. I haven't seen stuff like this on toys for years. Even now, you get a Transformers toy and you don't get all of this. You get one or two sentences that says, hey, this character really likes to hang out with this character, maybe buy it. And that's all you get. You no longer get the spec text. You no longer get a full bio. I think that it's because of they're putting multiple languages on the packages, and it's hard to put all of that information when you have to write it in three different languages all on the back. But nonetheless, Dollar Tree is taking advantage of their position and saying, hey, you know what? We're doing one language and we're going to put all this stuff in here along with really nice illustrations. Look at the illustration. That's cool. That looks great. And I love the packaging on this thing. I love the logo design. It really feels like the beginning of something that could be meaningful to a new generation of kids. And I love to see it. I love to see it. So you see the description of the Brute there, and here, let's get a little bit closer with this guy because you want to see him. He's actually pretty awesome looking. He is straight up kaiju. All right, this guy definitely he reeks Pacific Rim kaiju, and except that he's a little bit less fishy than the kaiju that had the big horned head. And I think that the big horned head one was more of a quadruped, whereas he's a biped. But anyway, so you read the package and it'll tell you that the brute class specializes in power and destruction. They have very low intelligence and are controlled by a commander. Tank weapons are not available or not able to penetrate a brute's skin. It is usually a team effort to bring these beasts down. And you look at him and he fits that description. I mean, look at the sculpting and the detail. This is a badass. And I love the very subtle paint that they've applied here to give him that little bit of a shimmer, and the red eyes, it really looks good. He also comes with this, I don't know what this is. It's got this serrated blade down here, and presumably it shoots something, or maybe he just beats you to death with it, but whatever it is, it's intimidating as heck. And when you look like this, and you carry something like that, then you know what? I buy that this is the heavy soldier. This is the guy that they pull out when they want to beat up your Final Faction guys. And that is something that I'm gonna rant a little bit. So Final Faction has a cartoon, and I like the cartoon. They've got one episode. I'm really hoping that this line is successful and they continue making more of these computer animated episodes. But the characterizations of the brutes, it's bad. It's bad. It's, they talk in this caveman speak, but it's like they make them not just low intelligence, they just make them stupid, like stupid characters. They see the Final Faction guy, what these guys? We splat them now? No, let's splat this. Oh no, the dog knocked us over. Oh, and and it takes away from the intimidation factor. And yes, I understand it is a cartoon for young children, not for more aged people such as myself. But I feel like there is a balance where you could pull back just a little bit on the stupid, still have the entertainment value, kids would still like it, but not be so stupid it's annoying. And that's, I'm afraid that in the cartoon, when it comes to the brutes, they have gone to the side of so stupid it's annoying. And it's like, come on, guys, I want to feel the threat. I want to feel like, we've got brutes here. Look at this guy. Look at the way he's sculpted. I should feel intimidated. And he doesn't need some kind of high voice going, oh, I get to splat you now. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that's just, it's not really funny. It's just annoying. At least that's me. That's me. That's my rant. If you like the characterization, then I apologize. But I did not. But you know what? That's the biggest criticism that I've had about the whole series so far. Now, like the other characters, you're not going to get a lot of points of articulation with this guy. Yeah, if we take a look over here, we've got him. You can pivot the head, you can move the shoulders, you can move the legs, and that's really it. He's made to hold his gun. You can take the gun out and it can be held in either hand. But yeah, there's not a lot of articulation. You're not going to get ball joints at the shoulders and the hips like you might get with some more expensive toys. You don't have knee joints or elbow joints. But what you do have is a really neat looking monster. and that's cool. And I would love to have just a bunch of these guys, maybe do a little bit of dry brushing to add some character to the texture, and maybe make ones that look a little bit different from each other. You know, maybe put some silver or some gray on the sort of head blade things here, or, you know, add some lighter purples or some greens and stuff. I mean, you know, there's anything that you can do with these. And if you are somebody who likes to kit bash and likes to paint models, you can have so much fun with these, and the barrier to entry is $1. So, you know, once again, there's just so many opportunities for fun with these Final Faction characters. And by the way, this guy is solid, he is weighty, he feels robust, and he feels like he's a nice quality figure, and you get him at bargain basement prices. So yeah, I love the Brute. The only thing that I don't love about the Brute is the voice acting for the cartoon. So yeah, if you're listening, Final Faction people, let's tone down on the stupid and when it comes to these guys. That's all I'm asking. Just a little like take it from 11 and maybe turn it down to 5. You know? Yeah, you know, turn it down to 5. So yeah, Final Faction Brute. At this point, you have to know that I love the Final Faction stuff. You know, it's like, oh, what's your final review? Of course, it's go to a Dollar Tree and try them out. Yeah, that's right, Wesley. Wesley wants to go to Dollar Tree and get some of these right now. And you know what? I will. I'll get you your own Final Faction stuff. He knows when I'm lying. It's weird. So yeah, the Final Faction Kharn Brute. This is a cool thing, and so go ahead and try them out. You know, you won't be disappointed. So with all that being said, I'm Clay. If you like this video, then please subscribe, click the thumbs up, click the notification bell so that you know when I'm doing more of these short circuit videos. Also, we do a live stream pretty much every Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern United States time. Join in the chat. We'd love to see you there. It's a lot of fun. This is Clay telling you to keep it Retrobot. And we're keeping it Retrobot by buying Final Faction Brute figures and complaining about how they talk, and maybe thinking of different kinds of kit bash projects that we could do with them, and stuff like that. So that's how we're keeping it Retrobot. And you know what? A lot of times I'll yammer on and on until I kind of make some kind of really contrived tangential link to how keeping it Retrobot relates to what I just said. But not doing that this time.